let's get this party started. So this is Dark Resolution 2008. This is kind of a group project. It's not really a kind of a community project, but with a smaller group of mappers, namely Death Destiny, who contributed 3 maps on this. This is one of them, map 10, which is called the Soul Scarred Universe. And yeah, this hot start it's about as brutal as it gets, especially this next part. So this Revenant skirmish upstairs is a nightmare, and this is where most of your attempts will just die, because if these Revenants don't infight properly with the Revenants, if the Revenants don't infight properly with the Barons and the Arachnotrons, namely, you're just going to get overwhelmed and they're going to fire a shitload of rockets at you. But fortunately, this fight actually went pretty good. 75 health is excellent coming out of this fight. It's very rare that you'll have more than about 50. And then I'm going to pick up the blue key in these rockets, because once I pick up this rocket launcher, it's going to raise a Cyber Demon from that pillar that I just passed. And if you accidentally back into that rocket launcher while you're fighting the Revenants, like, your run is basically over, especially if you didn't grab the blue key, because you absolutely need that to access the plasma gun later. So very soon, we're going to hear a Cyber Demon die, which is good, because those 2 Cyber Demons downstairs, they're a pain in the ass. Because you have to use a lot of bullets and shells to kill them. Yep, there they went. So, yeah, the more ammo you can conserve on this map, the better, because ammo is really tight. Especially plasma and rockets. Like, those are precious. You gotta save those as much as you possibly can. But sometimes, you pretty much have no choice but to use them. And see, I wasted a rocket there, which sucked. And I also got hit by a projectile, which I didn't need to get hit by, but, it's all good. It's very, very rare to come out of this opening part with decent health. So here I'm going to make a run for it and release this stuff. And oh my god, I'm down to 2 health here, and it's looking really bad. But I remember that I still have the 2 medkits downstairs in the opening area that I didn't pick up. So I was thinking, oh, well, since there's only 1 Cyber Demon there now, I can rush down and grab them both, and then grab the Soul Sphere. And that way I can at least have, like, decent health going into the next part. But I'm having to be really careful about the amount of damage I'm taking here, because there's a shitload of projectiles coming at me. I really want those Manx across the hall to infight with the Barons and the Hell Knights, but you're going to see it didn't really work out for me that well. There's a lot of stragglers that I have to clean up myself. So I thought I saw a Hell Knight or a Baron down there, so I kind of stuttered. I hide back here for a second just to make sure I'm not going to get scammed by a Cyber Demon rocket, but fortunately I didn't. And also that Cyber Demon. Yeah, there's another Cyber Demon down that hall, which is guarding the exit door. That guy can scam you very easily. Yeah, take a few hits here from the Mancubi and the Arachnotron. Dude, the Arachnotron placement on this map is sadistic. Like, Death Destiny really knows how to use Arachnotrons to, like, ruin your day. And see, now I gotta clean up 5 of these guys, which really sucks. Usually there's only like 2 or 3, but those Manx barely did any good work. But it's all good. This is the first secret. This is absolutely essential. You cannot go without this backpack. Even if you're not trying to go for all secrets, you need every secret on this map, because you won't survive without them. And now we're just gonna kill these Archviles. I'm gonna speed this up, because this is kind of boring. But if you can make it this far, you really don't want to screw this up. And now we're gonna take care of these Arachnotrons, which are devilish. They're a real pain on UV, man. And they can snipe you from all the way across the map. So at this point, I'm deciding, okay, I need to go down and get the shells, because I have the backpack now, and the bullets as well, because I'm going to have to slow roll this Cyber Demon to death with a chain gun. You really, like, if you can help it, you really want to be using SSG and chain gun for the cybers on this map. So then when we hit this blue switch, it's going to trigger 2 Archviles to come down this hall, which are actually a lot more troublesome than they look, because there's so much shit that he can resurrect in this part. So you have to be very careful to try and kill these guys as much as possible and focus your rockets. Unfortunately, they went down pretty quick. And then we're just going to SSG these Mancubi. I was thinking about grabbing the ammo here, but I just decided to wait. This fight over here can be very troublesome. I'll kind of explain later, but it is a bit RNG based, even though I hate to use that word RNG. It's kind of what it is. And then now it's time to slow roll this guy with the chain gun, which I'm going to fast forward through because this just takes a long time. Once again, like, if you make it this far, you just want to fucking be as careful as you possibly can be, because it could be another 15 to 20 attempts before you can get past that Revenant skirmish again. And see, I pick up some more bullets here so I can finish off the Cyber who's about to die. Yep, there he goes. And then I decided to take out this Mancubus with 2 rockets. Fortunately, he went down. And now we're going to strafe back and forth between these 2 sides and just SSG the Cyber Demon to death. I was trying to get the Revenants to hit the Cyber so that he could take care of them for me, but it just wasn't working, so I said screw it. I just want to get this I want to get this show on the road. Yeah, so like this God, like this takes so long, but I actually kind of like it because it builds some tension leading up into the next sections. And I don't know what it is, I just like SSGing Cyber Demons to death. Some people hate it, but I like it. And now the very next thing we need to do is we have to get the plasma gun. You cannot forget this going into the next fight. I know some people go into this next fight without it, but trust me, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder without it. I have lost 2 attempts on this map just because I forgot to pick up the plasma gun going into the next fight, and I hated it. So it's actually good that this Mancubus here is still alive, because we can use him to infight with some of these other monsters. Now this did not go very well, because that Archvile decided to go back into the space with the Mancubus. And yeah, so he resurrected that Revenant again, but fortunately the Mancubus fired right here and got the Archvile's attention. So I was kind of able to block him from getting back into this area and resurrecting the Revenant again. And then fortunately the Baron and the Mancubus started infighting, which is good, because obviously, as I said already, you really want to conserve as much ammo as you possibly can on this map. And honestly, I didn't even do as good a job at instigating infighting as I could have, but you know how it goes. Alright, so now we're going to our first big fight, I would say. This fight, man, if the luck just doesn't go your way, you can just get completely overwhelmed. So this Archvile has to go first, and you're about to see me just, oh my god. I got blasted here, and I was like so nervous that the run was just going to end right then and there. But fortunately, the Cyber Demon started firing at the Barons and getting their attention. So the run was able to be salvaged, but oh man, this was a fucking nail biter, dude. Because if the Cyber Demon doesn't instigate a fight between himself and the Barons, what ends up happening is the Barons all start coming after you, and then you're very likely to get trapped. And even if you don't, you're going to spend so much ammo trying to kill everything that you're not going to have enough going into like the next sections. And you know, because that Cyber Demon is stationary, it's very easy for him to get overwhelmed and just like killed before he can even do any good work for you. So now we're just gonna slow roll this guy with SSG once again. And we're gonna save this Archvile for last. I have gotten zapped by this guy before, by the way. It's so frustrating. You have to be, so just take your time. And there is one pesky revenant that decided to just hang out back here. And I ate the missile, which really got on my nerves, but at least there's like enough medikits and stim packs over here to where I can regain all my health, because I didn't have any armor left anyway. And once we go to this next section, you won't be able to access this area anymore, so that you have to make sure you pick up all the pickups in this area before you go here. So this is a bit of a cheese strat. You can just fire 4 rockets here and kill all the revenants with splash damage. That is definitely a good way to minimize your amount of restarts. And then here I just plasma the Hell Knights as soon as possible so I can stay back here and rocket the Archviles. I really like these little like skirmishes here. Kind of gives it a Plutonia vibe, which I love Plutonia style combat. So 100 health here, I mean, it's fine. If you play really good and you get really good luck on that last battle, you can still come in here with like some of your mega armor left over, because we're actually not going to get any armor until the penultimate fight, which really sucks. And we're probably going to be fast forwarding through this, because basically all I'm trying to do here is just getting some infighting started with the Mancubi and the Revenants and the Barons. But god, sometimes this can just take forever, man. And what's even more frustrating is, like, I don't know what it is about this Archvile, but like I can never seem to get the Manx to hit the Archvile. So I just said screw it, and I'm like, let's get this show on the road. So I start killing some of these guys up front. I think I'm gonna sneeze real quick. Hold up. Ugh. I'm just allergic to how frustrating this map is. I'm just kidding. I really love this map. I know this kind of style of combat may not appeal to a lot of people, but I really just love this map. Like, I love the aesthetic. It makes me feel very nostalgic for some reason. I think it's just because, like, you know, Death Destiny, he only uses stock textures in his map. Unfortunately, as you can see, I was able to kill that Archvile from a distance. And on top of that, like, his combat is just so unique. Some people might consider it slaughtery, but I would just say, you know, it's kind of just like Plutonia, but even more extreme, like that kind of style of combat. Alright, we're going to fast forward through most of this. Once again, I'm just trying to get as much... I want all the Manx to be dead before I start rushing in here, because they can just spray you down at random. And there's a lot of things in this area you can get stuck on. So, yeah, I start killing some Revenants with the rocket launcher from a distance. I just want to thin the herd so I can come in with SSG. Just finish them off. I completely missed there. And going back in again. I think this time I finished the job. So, this is the second secret, and this secret is actually set up incorrectly. So this actually won't trigger the second secret. But, yeah, that megasphere is 100% required if you want to survive this part. So this is probably my second favorite fight besides the beginning. So what I do here is I just start firing at the Pan Elemental and then sweep across this staircase and then just sneak back behind here and go apeshit with the plasma. And it is so exhilarating to just blast through everything like this. So behind me, a Cyber Demon, a bunch of Revenants spawned, and so you can't backtrack here or you're just gonna get decimated. Yeah, and dude, those Arachnotrons can scam you so hard on this part. Like, you really have to watch out for them, because you see all these pillars with the candles on them, or the torches rather. Yeah, see, you saw it just then. You can get stuck on these extremely easily, and in fact, I lost a run because the second phase of this, I went upstairs to finish off the Cyber Demon, because for once he actually managed to kill most of the Barons, and you're gonna see what happens on this run. He definitely did not do shit for me on this run, but I went up to finish the Cyber Demon off, and I ran by one of those torches and I got stuck on it, and he fired a rocket and killed me. I was so pissed about that. But yeah, honestly, like, I think Death Destiny like intentionally kept those in because he definitely likes to make these maps hostile to the player. So then I'm trying to get the Cyber Demon to finish off these barons here, and once again I'm just gonna fast forward through this because this gets pretty tedious. Once again, this is just all about ammo conservation, health conservation. Just, you really want to be as careful as you possibly can be if you get this far, because oh my god, like 20 minutes in, you really don't want to blow it. So this Baron I just decided to SSG, and I'm keeping an eye on that Cyber the whole time because I do not want to get scammed. And once again, chain gun, and then I think I finish him off with the SSG. So if you stand here, his rockets pretty much can't hit you. I actually get splashed here for no good fucking reason because I just wasn't paying enough attention. See, it happened right there. Yeah, but fortunately, able to get the job done with 130, 130. And then this phase, oh my god, dude. So this is really annoying. The Cyber Demon that emerges from this area can very easily get trapped in by the Revs and the Barons. And these Revs, dude, these guys were so fucking aggroed on me. Like, they just advanced on me. And I'm having to dodge a ton of missiles. But you can kind of make it out back there. There's like a Cyber Demon chilling in the back. And he gets trapped pretty quick. Yeah, see, I'm eating a lot of Rev missiles, which, it's just really frustrating. If the Cyber Demon, like, decides to cooperate, then you can leave this area with, like, a really good amount of health. But, of course, he didn't. And you see in the middle, there's the red key. See, the Cyber Demon already bit the dust. And there's an Archvile guarding the teleporter, but you could just literally push past him. So now I'm just letting the Barons come out because I really just want to nab that red key and come back later to finish them off once I have more ammo. And this whole situation is just making me really nervous because as tight as ammo is on this map, man, like, having to kill all these Barons yourself sucks. And then I grab these cells, hit the teleporter, and run straight up the stairs because a bunch of crap just spawned downstairs in that starting area. A Cyber Demon, a Spider Mastermind, Revenants, Barons, like, Cacodemons, the whole nine. So we're just going to take the opportunity to slow roll another Cyber Demon, just SSG this guy to death, use a little bit of plasma if I remember correctly. Yeah. So he's dead meat, and then we're just going to instigate some infighting here. I'd say I got fairly lucky here. I did have one attempt where literally both the Spider Mastermind and the Cyber Demon died, which is extraordinarily rare and really great. But I blew it on the penultimate fight because I just got too impatient with the Cyber, which you're gonna see how that goes. That's probably my third favorite fight in this whole map, by the way, but we'll get to that in a sec. So yeah, we're just gonna let these guys infight, do some fist pumping, get the Spider Demon to beat up on the Cyber, and he's dead. So now I have to be very careful because at this point I really can't go toe to toe with the rest of the enemies because, yeah, there's still like imps and all kinds of other shit that's still alive, and see, that Spider Mastermind is gonna be a huge pain in the ass. So I gotta be really careful getting around her. So I pull out the, did I get a plasma? I tried to see if I could kill her, but I was like, nah. So I grabbed this medikit because I remembered that I didn't grab it. And then I just decide to plasma her to death. And I'm really nervous because I'm like, I don't know how much health she still has. And I'm just ducking behind here. And fortunately, I was able to kill her with some decent amount of plasma to spare, because you're going to need some plasma to get to this next part alive. Those cacos I'm going to have to save for later. So here, just grab some medikits, grab the ammo, and hit the switch. And the first thing you got to do is take out the incubus that spawns behind you. ate another really bad rev rocket. So now at this point, I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta mow these guys down as quick as possible. But at this point, it's pretty much fine. And let me tell you something real quick while we're going to be rocketing down some stuff. So you see where that yellow key is? So as soon as you approach that, when the yellow key lowers down, 2 arch vials are going to spawn right in front of the teleporter that you took in here, and they can screw you over so easily. This next fight I just did as intended. This is actually a strat I just came up with. So I basically just fire rockets into one alcove and clear out some of the higher HP enemies, namely the Revenant and the Cacodemon. And that way I can hide in there, and I can also get the cell pack. So see, just inching my way forward, finish off the Cacodemon, and see there's 100 cells there, which you absolutely need, because we need to be able to cut through these enemies and make space when needed. So I really like this fight. I love ducking in and out of the alcoves and dancing around all these enemies, trying to instigate infighting. And meanwhile, that Cyberdemon over there is doing some good work for us. So I don't really advise this, but one of the UV Max demos out there for this map, they actually run past the Cyberdemon and go back to like that starting area, but it's really luck based, because if the Cyberdemon decides to target you, he'll just absolutely blast you. And you see how much time I've already spent on this map. Like, I do not want to have to get sent back to the beginning, especially because I really just found this method to be far more consistent anyway. So yeah, I would definitely advise not doing that. Just stay in this back area, use rockets to clear out one of the alcoves. I would suggest that one just because it has the cell pack in it, and you should be golden. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit. Once this Cyberdemon is dead, we're pretty much home free. Like, the only thing that can screw you is these 2 Arch Vials that come right when you grab the yellow key. And we're gonna grab every last bit of this ammo, because trust me, like, you're gonna need all of it. Especially because I still have the Cacodemons and the Barons to take care of. I was really worried that like my run was over after that, because I was like, oh shit, like there's so many of them, and I have no idea how much health the Barons and stuff still have, but it worked out, you'll see. So see, you step on that stair, and immediately those 2 guys just come out. And once again, these guys, there's only 2 of them, but because there's Manx, there's Hell Knights, just everything, like, they can screw you over so bad. You saw how much health I had going into that. Now I only have 112.45. Like, damn. Okay, now we're gonna speed this up. We're gonna clean up these Cacodemons. These guys are so annoying too, because they can hit you when you're like camping in that upstairs area, waiting for the Spider Mastermind, the Cyberdemon to duke it out. And then this is like where I'm really starting to like get sweaty, because man, like these Barons, I mean, they're just so tanky, and I have no idea how much health they still have. So I'm like, oh god, please let these guys go down fairly quickly. So I'm just trying to conserve rockets, trying to conserve cells as much as I can. But when they're grouped up, I'm like, I use the splash damage. And then I'm once again whittled down this Arch Vial. And now that brings us to the very final area, which fortunately is quite forgiving, because you can pretty much just run out as soon as you hit the switch and bottleneck all the enemies. But you will see that I almost get scammed right at the end. You'll see it. Right now I'm just looking to make sure there's nothing else I can grab. Save that Berserk just in case. So now, take a deep breath, hit the switch, and run out. Dude, that fucking Revenant rocket, oh my god. That's not even the part that I'm talking about when I say scam. You're gonna see it. So right now I'm trying to bottleneck all these enemies. So you see, These Archviles are right over here, and the splash damage got one of the Archviles to target me, and I got zapped, and I was like, oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. So I'm like super on edge. See, right now I'm searching for like medikits and stuff, or like stim packs, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I realize I'm out of rockets, and now I'm like kind of getting down low on ammo, and I'm like, oh shit. I really hope I can take out these cybers. So now, see, we're at 422 out of 424. So I'm just staying back here and using plasma. I'm playing it so safe because I think if I were to die here, I would have broke my keyboard and just said I'm never playing this map again. So that guy went down pretty easy. And the auto aim is screwing me, dude. So I grabbed these 2 stim packs and run back. So I checked to see if there were any medikits, and I was like, god damn it, there's none. So I know at some point I'm gonna have to run in there and use SSG, and I'm like, oh man, don't choke this. Like, you got it. Like, how many Cyber Demons have you SSG'd to death before? But I was just really hoping that I had enough shells. See, I got splashed, and I was like, oh god. But fortunately, pulled it out. So yeah, that's the Soul-Scarred universe. Great map. It's an absolute pain, though. I mean, like, anyone that wants to run this, like, get ready to die a lot at the beginning. It's very luck-based, and, I mean, I love hot starts in maps, so that's why I just really, really wanted to do this one. And on top of that, this has always been one of my favorite maps to play through casually. I just really love Death Destiny's style of mapping. It's so unique and very influential, of course, on mappers that came afterwards. So I'd highly recommend anyone that has a taste for these kinds of maps to give it a shot. And, you know, even if you don't want to max it, because it can be very frustrating. Just play through it casually. It's still fun, and like I said, the penultimate fight, the cave fight, like the first phase of the cave fight in the beginning with the Revenant skirmish upstairs, like some of the most exhilarating combat ever in Doom, in my opinion. So that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and take